with dinner, and I'm sure she's like, whoa, right? She can go. She doesn't need you. We are more of a problem than the solution. This is a better thought. I know it feels a little bit more good.
Yeah,
I know, and that's hard in your brain because you're like, oh, we're going to walk. We're not. You just have to figure out how to every couple steps nudge your boots at her just gently and stay in front of me. If you try. I'm not trying. You try. Good. Okay, last circle, and then we'll do a diagonal. Lighter and soft on the left. Soft. Back. And together. You stay square in your shoulders, square in your hips. Now go. Yeah. Woo. Hey! You got a 10 for effort, Pat. Super. She was so on her butt there, she gave you more. I adore it. Was it a mistake? Absolutely. But was it in the right direction? Yeah. She's going down a little higher. And you either can or cross. Okay? 20 meters up. So this time you're going to push with the same thumb. You're going to lift your chest and say go. But your feet have to be a very steady, very firm 1, 2. 1, 2. So the seat maintains the trough. Okay. You don't pull, right? And then when I'm balancing her, I want those shoulders to come up. Your seat says we're trying. Good.
yes.
Now, whoa. Good. She's still a little bit quick, but the shoulders came up a little bit more there. 20 meters? I promise I'm almost done. Good. 20 meter one more time. So this one's a little unbalanced.
Yeah.
Slow it down. Make it simpler. When it all starts to come off the rails, we need to make it easier. Sounds counterintuitive because we're doing complicated things. But 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we're going to maintain this rhythm. I'm going to yell at you while you do the extension. For the length drop. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Better. Higher.
Yeah.
You feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, let her walk. So the rhythm does not change the stride length.
Okay.
Right? And because it's a lengthen, the rhythm doesn't change because the change itself is small. When you go from a collected trot to a full extended, okay, so think Grand Prix.
Right.
The rhythm actually slows down because the horse comes higher and it takes longer to lengthen. But in a lengthen at first level, the change is small, right? I want to see the chest lift, and I want the toe to come a little bit more forward on both behind when it comes hard. Okay? So your leg can go a little bit in front, like a toenail in front of where you are. That's a little change, right?
Okay.
It doesn't have to go from here to here, right? So the rhythm can stay the same. You kind of just get bigger.
Yeah.
Right?
Same feeling as in the anthem.
Right, right. It's like I put trot poles all across. So like here you're trotting with no poles, and here you're trotting with poles.
Yeah.
Right? The difference is subtle, but you can feel that the chest lifts, the tail tucks just a little bit, and you just feel like she's just going a little bit farther. Right? So, I mean, mathematically, the diagonals are longer than the long sides, right? We all did.
Right.
Theorem. See, they said you've never used math in real life.
Yeah.
You do. But when we go from a working to a lengthen, there should be almost the same number of strides down the long side and diagonal. You can cross more distance, right? So if it's 20 down here, it's 20 across the diagonal, you just kind of stretch a little bit to make happen. Okay? But the rhythm is the same. So what you can do when you're riding on your home is get ready to sound crazy because it helps. Literally say it out loud. So I'm going to do my circle. 1, 2, 1, and then when I go across show a difference in your length and trot. Because it's sometimes for some horses, while you build strength and figure this all out, instead of making the lengthens even bigger, make the working a little more collected and contained, right? She already wants to go, wah, right? So how can we show a difference in the judge? So if you go, okay, she's not fully round, she's not whatever, how do I pull top marks, Amanda? I want you to get, you gotta nail your geometry, the first level, you deviate big.
Yeah.
So your 15-meter circles are important. The balance through your laterals is important, and showing a change. It's a full transition, like a transition from a working to a length and trot is the same as a walk to a trot. It's a transition. So show a transition, show me a difference, right? Again, at this level, and especially at the beginning of the year when I'm a little tougher when I judge in September than when I do in May. A lot of horses are moving around, but you know, you kind of get familiar with the pair, right? I don't know where you're headed, but so I'm going to be more encouraging and a little bit less stringent on the lower back. But by September, when you're a little more confirmed, I'm probably going to let it a little bit. Say,
Yeah.
You're going to a little more
Time to move it up.
You will have some judges who maybe go between sanctioned and unsanctioned that will be tougher and might nail you.
Yeah.
Okay? If you get that, call me, I'll talk you down. But
I'm ready for it.
you're right, you know it's a thing, right? It would not deter me if I was you from doing this level. Like you might get, everybody judges, this is what I say, judges, as much as we need to be objective in like 98% of it, the subjectiveness will come in certain things. And some people go, oh, you're at first now, right? And well, I do that to an extent, but I know, like if this was your second season, I'd be like,
Yeah.
let's get going. When you first move up, it's about figuring out how to ride a more complicated technical test and not panicking.
Yeah.
Right? For me, it's more about that feeling of keeping the anxiety. It's a head game, right? Because you get going, I got to do this, and then I got to do this. You're also trying to listen to your reader and go, oh my God,
Yeah.
and things
Yeah.
come
And
faster.
the goal of one just to draw.
Right. And oh shit, that didn't go. You can't let that, right? You have to be able to compartmentalize. Wow. Those areas, right? And know that like 99.999% of us that sit on that side of the table are rooting for you. So don't ever let it be something where you're like, oh my God, I belong here. Trust me, I've ridden tests where I'm like, I've never ridden a horse before in my life.
Yes.
So it's one of those things where just for you, the overall picture just needs to slow down. I think if you do that, you're going to bump yourself a full percent or two as an overall, just because you don't rush the corner, which means you don't mess up the balance, which means you can set things up.
Especially as soon as I bring her forward.
Oh, yeah, she knows, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing with clever horses, right? You kind of have to throw them a loop every now and then and be like, so when you're schooling it, don't do it in the exact same spot all the time, because she's going to go, yeah, I did this and then this and then this, right? They're smart. Anticipation is not a naughty word, right? You can use it to your advantage, but some of those ones that kind of take over like she does, like the leg yields and stuff. Here, I want you to kind of like hit center line, do a couple leg yields, and then just ride straight down your quarter. Don't even take her to the wall. Screw it. We're going to do it, and then maybe you do it on the next one. You know what I mean? Like, find ways to kind of get her to wait for you a little bit more so that you're just trying to keep her safe, right? I want your legs underneath. I want you to feel good in the end, right? Because as you move up the levels, the energy required to complete it is a lot more, and you don't want her to be muscle tired because she's done it in a poor way, biomechanically, and by the end of it, the two of you are like, oh, right? I don't want to see people like, oh, when they land at X at the end, right?
Yeah.
So come up center line, take a breath, quick trot off. X is a good first impression. So usually at training level, I'm like, get yourself organized and off you go. A rider that comes in with a good halt, don't fuss. Even if you don't fuss, it's fine. Do that, collect yourself, and boom, off. And then I go, ooh, okay. You're here for real. This is good, right? So just remember, and again, if you need to fuss on some stuff, don't run away from me. You need to chase her a little bit and say, hey, do it that way. I can't quite tell. I see this beautiful bump, and you can kind of hide it,
Yeah.
right? Right? So I'm glad you're doing first. This is a lot of fun, right?